We believe that a suspect shot several people there in Austin, to include some first responders. Again, I don't have very many details on that other than that's what we know happened. Austin said that the suspect had links to this residence here on Port Royal. Deputies were dispatched to Port Royal where they initially tried to make contact. I believe they saw water coming out of the residence, appearing as if something was leaking inside. The decision was made to go ahead and force entry to the residence at that point. Deputies did force entry. They began clearing the house, and then soon thereafter they began reporting that they found one body and then another. And so at this point we do have two people that are deceased inside the residence. They are people believed to be in their 50s, and they do have one suspect in custody in Austin. I believe he's a man in his 30s. Again, he's got links to this house, but I'm not quite certain what his relationship, if any, to the people here in this house is. We believe that that incident in Austin started happening around 11 o'clock this morning, and so it's believed that this happened before that. This occurred, and then the suspect drove to Austin and did what he did there. Esta noche nosotros tenemos un caso de dos homicidios que ocurrieron en esta casa. Aproximadamente a las 7:45 de la noche, Austin PD, el Departamento de Policía de Austin nos habló para pedirnos que checáramos esta casa. Ellos nos reportaron que ellos tenían varios tiroteos que pasaron allá en Austin. Algunas personas fallecieron, desafortunadamente, cuando unos dos oficiales fueron baleados también allí. Ellos se dieron cuenta que el sospechoso que ellos tenían arrestado allí estaba involucrado con esta casa. Nosotros checamos esta casa. Nuestros oficiales, cuando llegaron, vieron que agua iba saliendo de la casa. Entonces ellos entraron a la casa a fuerza. Se encontraron con dos cuerpos dentro de la casa. Ahorita no se sabe cómo fallecieron las personas que viven aquí, pero sí hay evidencia que son dos homicidios. Las personas están en sus 40, 50. No se sabe qué es la relación entre estas víctimas y el sospechoso ese, pero ya sé que lo han arrestado allí. Any questions?
Is there any indication of how the people died? Were they shot?
We just don't know at this point. They're in a small room, and we haven't fully made entry. Deputies were able to observe that they were obviously deceased. Obviously, there's more than enough indicators that it is a double homicide, but we just don't know cause of death at this point.
Do you have any information as to whether there's any more people inside that would have lived in this house, that you might find more bodies?
Well, no, I don't. I think we've cleared it of any bodies at this point, and we'll certainly go more. Give it certainly a more thorough search after we're able to get in and fully determine. Right now, our CSI unit is inside, documenting the crime scene, and then we will do a more thorough search. But at this point, we're not expecting to find any more bodies here. And again, we believe that this person responsible for this is in custody in Austin right now.
Do you have a name of the suspect?
I'm not able to give a name at this point, but in Austin, I believe it's a gentleman in his 30s that's in custody. Gentleman, using the term very loosely, my apologies, but he is in custody in Austin right now. And again, I don't know what his relationship is to these folks.
Sheriff, entraste a la casa y viste a las víctimas. ¿Tienen heridas de bala o una que nos diga cómo murieron?
Yo sí entré a la escena de los hechos. No logré ver las dos víctimas enteras. Solamente vi partes de los cuerpos. Con una puerta estaba allí. Sí sé que era, obviamente, eran muertes violentas, pero no se sabe qué es la manera ahorita.
To clarify, we believe this is also the suspect who shot a school police officer in Austin?
Yes, we believe that this suspect, and unfortunately, the folks in Austin aren't real forthcoming with the information at this point. That's unfortunate. So at this, all I know is from media reports that I've seen that there were at least two officers shot there in Austin. My understanding is that thankfully neither of them died as a result of their injuries, and then several civilians were shot. Some of those were shot and killed, but I don't know. I don't know a whole lot of details about that, other than they asked us to check this residence because that suspect had ties here. and we found this double homicide here.
Have you been able to get any information from neighbors that might have heard any incident earlier this morning?
No, neighbors described that this is a very quiet family. The gentleman that lives in the home, he's very involved in the community and the neighborhood watch and whatnot. The home is very well maintained, very well kept. It just, these folks, I'm not quite sure what's at the root of it, but I know that nobody deserves to die the way we believe that they died.
¿Austin está cooperando ahorita en este momento? ¿Austin está cooperando?
Austin no nos ha dado mucha información tocante qué pasó allí.
¿Por qué?
No sé, por alguna razón no nos han dado información tocante lo que pasó. Yo nomás sé lo que sé por medio de la prensa que estoy siguiendo, información que va en el internet, pero ellos no nos han dicho mucho.
¿No es raro que la policía no le quiera ayudar a usted a resolver esto?
No sé, nosotros vinimos para acá para ayudarles a ellos y ellos solamente por alguna razón no se sienten confortables dándonos la información en estos momentos. Ojalá y mañana nos pueden dar más información a nosotros.
Can you talk about the scene inside the house? Were they sleeping? Any idea as to whether they were caught off guard?
I don't believe they were sleeping. I think it happened, and I believe the bodies were relocated to where they are now, and they're wedged inside a very small room, and they're up against the door, so we're not able to fully make entry. But we can see that clearly they're deceased in there, but certainly it's a pretty grisly crime scene.
And the water, can you explain the water?
So at this point, we just know that there's water leaking, but there was water leaking. So we don't know if during the shooting a pipe got hit or something and then sprung a leak, or if something was purposely flooded to cause water. But walking around on the carpet, it is wet in there. Before I came over here, my deputies were finding the water main, and then I used my baton to shut off the water to the house just to keep the water from continuing to leak. So we just don't know the cause of it.
Is it a man and woman, or?
I believe it's a man and a woman living.
En español dijo que los mataron y luego los movieron a otra parte de la casa.
Sí, parece que ellos los mataron en un cuarto y luego los llevaron para otro cuarto. No sé si los cargaron o cómo llegaron allá, pero sí sé que parece que la escena son varios cuartos dentro de la casa.
Y dijo que una de las balas golpeó una pipa, entonces
bueno, no sé, sé que el agua se estaba tirando, pero no sé si una bala pegó una pipa y empezó, o si alguien a propósito hicieron eso para que se saliera el agua, pero nosotros ya cerramos el agua.
So you said shots fired. How many shots, shell casings?
We don't. I don't believe we found shell casings yet. That's just speculation that if there was shooting inside the house, which neighbors didn't report any, but if there was shooting in the house, it's possible that something struck a pipe or something. That's just speculation on the part of the investigator. Okay. Thank you so much.
Will we get another update?
Thank you, Sheriff.
We'll try to update before we head out. This is certainly
How long might
unfolding.
it be here?
I'm sorry?
How long might you guys be here?
We're going to be here for the better part of the evening. We haven't even really begun to conduct a physical search of the house. So we are going to be here for the better part of the evening. I don't know if we'll even be done by the time the morning commute starts. So school buses, we're going to be in communication with the schools district to see if they can reroute school buses or whatever.
Sheriff, si la investigación, si los asesinatos ocurrieron aquí, ¿es tu caso o es de Austin?
No, sí, lo que pasó en Austin es de ellos, lo que pasó aquí es de nosotros. Entonces, ese sospechoso que ya han arrestado allá, obviamente nosotros pensamos que él fue involucrado en lo que pasó aquí. Él también se va a enfrentar cargos con mi agencia aquí a causa de lo que les pasó a estas dos víctimas. Okay.
¿Les vas a dar tu información a ellos?
Oh, sí, obviamente nosotros cooperamos con cualquier agencia de policía que si necesitan nuestra ayuda. Gracias.